up is Michel from Chinwag.
Afternoon, everyone. Thanks, Robin, for inviting me to these rather grand surroundings. I'll keep it really quick. I've only got about 80 pages. No. There were two things that I really wanted to touch on. So Chinwag, for those who don't know, is a community of new media and digital media professionals in the UK that's been around for about 11 years and really started at the grassroots. Now we have about 35,000 people who contribute to our email forums, who come along to our live events, and we also run one of the UK's largest recruitment websites. And Robin and I were discussing this the other day. In fact, Robin's kindly agreed to contribute at one of our live events where we're discussing the skills shortage that's affecting the digital industry in the UK. And that followed on from some research that we did in December to find out what was happening in regards to staffing issues and the freelance market. Basically, from anecdotal feedback we'd had from agencies saying they couldn't find enough people. There were huge shortages in skilled areas, and there was a negative cycle where agencies would be stressed, the people in them would be stressed, which would cause people to leave, which would make the people who remained more stressed, which would encourage them to leave, and the danger of a negative spiral. And the numbers that we got back, I won't read them all now, seem to back that up very strongly. So we found that 76% of the 200 companies that responded to our survey said they were having real problems retaining staff, and 57% of the companies said that in 2007 it had affected their growth. And the counter to that was they were expecting, the companies who had had problems in 2007 were expecting those problems to get worse in 2008, and in some cases would actually affect the viability of the company. And being a knowledge business and reliant on the people, this is actually a really critical issue. And I think that events like these are critical to supporting the UK industry and also providing an opportunity for the Estonian companies to work with UK companies to develop great relationships. The other thing I'd like to share is my experience of Estonia. So about 18 months ago, Robin was badgering me to come over to Tallinn to talk to a group of people at a marketing event that he was putting on. And I had no preconceptions of what Estonia was like. I vaguely knew it was somewhere in the Baltic states. I didn't think it was near Yugoslavia. But that was about as much as I knew. And Robin had been telling me that the industry was incredibly vibrant and that Skype had a huge office there. I think it was Nokia as well.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of activity and a lot of knowledge around the digital industry. So I went there to find out what was happening and to give a presentation on email marketing. So I gave my presentation to a room of about 200 people or so, and I wasn't sure how it had gone down. And afterwards, I was blown away by the level of questions and response that I got from the audience. Not that my presentation was great, but the level of knowledge and expertise amongst that audience was far higher than I would expect in the average conference in the UK, for example. And I felt from that dialogue it was a great place to do work, and it's something that we would look at if we were a bigger business. And then speaking to other businesses who I meet through our community, I then found that other companies were working with more and more Estonian firms, and some of the agencies that I was speaking to were either looking at or had opened Estonian offices. I think it just demonstrates the opportunity that exists out there to do business. That, and of course the sausage and beer, which Robin keeps tempting me back to Tallinn with, which I can highly recommend. The central market's fantastic. So thank you very much.
Thanks, sir.